Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today we're going over to Waitrose for another beer, and I picked it up the other day and I thought, I've not reviewed that beer. I got home and I'm like, I have reviewed that beer, but a friend of the channel has turned around and said to me, it's a different version than the last year, same name and all that, but not quite the same. So let's give it a punt, let's give it a go. Just see how it tastes. I can't remember what it tastes like before, so otherwise I wouldn't have bought it twice if I'd have known. So this is from Northern Monk, Leeds-based brewery. Started with £5,000, I think it was from the grandma or granddad, and they built, quite the brewery. And a collaboration with Bristol-based Wiper and True, and it's dark matter. A decadent Imperial Stout at 8.4%, that magical 8.4%. Two brave adventurers go in search of dark matter. A craft brewed with northern pride for a rich roasted coffee flavour, fresh from the north. Yep, doesn't really say interesting there. So yeah, that's it. It doesn't really say anything overly interesting. I'm using the Bang the Elephant glass tonight because I'd like to see both of these breweries do a collab with this brewery, So if anything about Raggy's beer reviews, you see breweries from one part of the country. Bang the Elephant, a fantastic local brewery to me, who certainly know how to brew an Impy Stout, nonetheless. Big friends, next door neighbours with Emperor's Brewery, which both these breweries will know anyway. If they don't even, they'll have heard of Bang the Elephant nonetheless. So, there's the pour. It's a black pour, tan head, decent bit of tan head on it. Chocolatey, malty aroma on this. Doesn't say, it says rich roasted coffee on the back flavour. Certainly getting the roasty elements, not really getting the coffee at the moment. Let's dive in. Cheers, everyone. I hope you're well. The aroma gives way to quite the strong roasty coffee flavour. Wow. It's truly a statement beer. My wife won't be able to take this. She likes subtle. I'm good with all flavours really, unless it's something that I really don't like. Farmhouse. Yeah. Oof. No. Oh. Yeah, packs a wallop on the flavour department. Just been sat down all night since I got home from work. Sat down and the garden. Sat down chilling, watching TV. It's nice, It's nice just to chill out and watch TV. Although I've done another beer review. So, and that beer gave me a right panning. It was only 6%, but it didn't half give me a wallop. Just goes to show you. But anyway, back to this beer. Like I say, I don't remember the beer. If the last version was any different. Like I said, I have tried it. I know I have. But I can't remember it. So I'm only seeing what's in front of me and only tasting what's in front of me. I've got to be honest, it's okay. It's quite strong coffee flavours, malty, chocolatey. I have no idea if the original version was 8.5, 8.5, 8.4. It's not going to make a grand difference. The likelihood, and I've been told this by breweries, is that fluctuations in ABV can't be any lower than what's on the can. but they do allow fluctuations. So hence the 8.5 version could still be this version. So who knows? Who knows? Only the breweries that brewed it, because well, they'll know. The person that brewed it and put his, I mean, you could do your tests on it, but that's a long arse fucking way of going off, you know. It says it's 8.4. I'll go with that. If it said it was 8.5, I'd go with that and all, you know. It's what it is. It's dissipated down now, you know, the head's quite thin now. It's an easy drinking beer, you know, regardless of ABV and a strong coffee flavour. It is an easy drinking beer. And for me, you know, a nice Impy Stout. Oh. I mean, I've had Impy Stouts from some of the best breweries, certainly in the UK. Some of the breweries in the UK are some of the best in the world, in my opinion. You know, I've had great beers from America, great beers from all around Europe. But we've got some here in the UK that deserve their, you know, their place in the top. I mean, probably my favourite beer of all time is one that's been made twice and sadly has not been made again. Why would you not? And yeah, that's the only problem sometimes with craft beers, is that modern traditional beers tend to make the same beers again and again and again. Craft beers tend not to. Unless your name's Verdant, who do seem to make the same beer year in, year out, and might tweak it a bit, but in essence it's the same beer. And yeah, some friends of mine, who might be the people whose name is on this glass, need to get into that. When a beer like Lumiere, that I'm going to talk about, talking about Imperial Stouts, is such a good beer that it needs to be done again on a yearly basis and have its own day. I'd make it June the 24th, Lumiere Day, which coincides with my birthday. Hey. But anyway, back to Northern Monk and Wiper and True, both who've been to Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. So cheers, cheers guys. Nottingham's main beer festival for me. Although I did end up in hospital after one of them, so, you know, these things happen. Can't win them all. Yep. 3 days off work, recovering from a smashed up face with, oh dear, oh dear. Yes, it was quite, I was quite the, literally weeks away from my Reading renewals as well. And I do mean like 3 weeks away. I recovered fast. Learned some lessons, as you do. But is that not life? Life is about learning lessons. If we don't learn, how do we do better? You know, no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. It's got to be the way. But anyway, yeah, from Waitrose, the only place you can buy this nationally, unless you can get it from Northern Monk or Wiper and True, but certainly in supermarkets. And look at that good lacing around the glass. Yes, certainly leaves its film. 8.4%. Don't get many big ABV beers, craft ABV these days. You know, you still get the Belgians and mod trads, but you do not get a lot of craft ABV of a big ABV. But yeah, very enjoyable. Lovely big coffee flavours. Gets more subtle. The more you get into it, it becomes more subtle. Certainly, wow, when you first turn it on. But as you get used to it, you know, it gets more drinkable. So quite interesting that, you know, usually it's the other way around with beers, but yeah, a lovely beer nonetheless. Beautiful aroma. I can't fault a decent beer. So for me, second review of this beer, quite by chance, but obviously it was calling to me and it says, Baggy's Beer Reviews, please review me. And, you know, I gladly took the flag and carried on. Would I drink this again? Yes, it's a very decent Imperial Stout from two great breweries. Quite strong initially, but once you get into it, calms down and becomes a hell of a lot more palatable. A good 8.4%. It's rich, you know, coffee flavoured, chocolate, malty. It's a lovely beer. Would I drink it again? Yes, is the answer. Out of 5, a good 4.5 out of 5 for me. Thank you for watching. Cheers, everyone. And now I've got some sausage to cook. Can't beat a nice sausage, can you? Oh, I've got 8 of them. Sausages. Lincolnshire.